Okay. I just got bags from Prada, rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we pack up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Down from laughter. When they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and they my last one. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't say no. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm lit it. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Made it, kill it, and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down when the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top when the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throwed and blinded my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Know you're mad.
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. We're just about set to get started, and this ought to be a good one between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New Orleans Saints. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
And, Coach, we are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome here in New Orleans. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New Orleans Saints. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This will be taken in at the 1. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They're led out by a man raised in Alabama, went to Florida State. It's their quarterback, Jameis Winston.
And the numbers were not pretty. I mean, they don't look right. When you throw 2 interceptions, no touchdown passes, there's no way to really make that work. But I thought there were a lot of positives in watching his game tape. I think he's close to putting out a good performance. Let's see if he can flip those numbers around in this game. And, of course, rally his team to a win.
A look at the numbers from last week for Miller. 17 carries, 58 yards. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. A first down carry down for Miller. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Tackled there by Alex Anzalone. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Winston. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. The intended target was Chris Godwin, but now it's 3rd down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion. They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 12 carries, 53 yards.
And they love what they've got in him. He's the number 4 rusher in the league right now, so you know that you have to account for him on defense.
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Devin White, the blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. 3rd and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. from the shotgun. It's Bridgewater. He gets it to Brown, complete. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Bridgewater now. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it second down. On your screen now, here are the offensive starters. At wideout, Antonio Brown is certainly someone that the defense always has to account for.
Without a doubt, a true number one receiver. It doesn't matter to him how defenses want to cover him. He sees it as a challenge and knows how to defeat him.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Throwing, Bridgewater, and finding Keelan Cole. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 40.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, to have that dagger play, to have that play and just finish them off right now, because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
Play action now, Bridgewater. He'll buy some time right, letting one go deep for the end zone, and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Bridgewater. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, his 9th touchdown of the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. This is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you you've gone somewhere, but you really have here in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You gotta get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right. On 1st and 10, Winston. Throw right side, caught by O.J. Howard. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Miller. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
We play to win. Let's go.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes this forward for about 6. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. On 2nd down and 4, Winston. He's got his tight end over the middle, O.J. Howard. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Off the play fake, Winston. And he's got a man. It's the tight end, Howard, complete. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football. They're on the march, but facing a third down here. Winston, and he's got Moncrief. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down. Winston, the offense, with a 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. They're going to be stopped up on this first down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. On play action, Winston. Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. The reception good for 7. It's third down. A second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Jameis to throw it. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Scott Miller, his first touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening, but they found the opening and exploited it.
Of course, they have the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Here's Bridgewater. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's Bridgewater. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Shaquille Barrett. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. 3rd and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. From the gun, Bridgewater. On the crossing route, complete. That's Brown. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down. Here we go with Kamara. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. To throw is Bridgewater. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it.
And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin Kamara with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Saints have taken the lead. It seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. To throw, Winston. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Dante Moncrief that time. But now it'll be 3rd down.
Personally, I think they've got to go somewhere else with the football. They've got to bracket it out there in double coverage. Makes it hard to fit it in time after time.
It would have had to have been an absolutely perfect pass and not good enough. Winston now. He's got Evans. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. First catch there for Evans, good enough for a 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now Winston. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now it's Miller. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. On 2nd and 12, Winston. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards. Winston now 13 of 15 passing. That's good for 87%. It's 1st and 10. Here's Winston. And incomplete, he dropped it. Maybe a rookie mistake there. 2nd down. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Play fake. Winston. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sack back at the 29. Miles Jack with a sack.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast and a big sack. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the 2nd quarter, 14-7. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. And this will not get close to the 1st down marker as he's brought down at the 26. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. Gay's kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes.
And Kamara has it stripped, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Throwing, Winston. Over the middle to Evans. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. First down, Winston. Completion left side to Miller. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Jameis again. Throw left side taken in by Miller. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 3rd down. To the air again with Winston. And complete to Moncrief over the middle. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. And Gay knocks this one through. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10.
False start, offense.
In the quarter. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. So a very tight first. Well, that came a little abruptly here. Still working on my apple up in the booth. Hang on here, let me spit this out. And we can get to the 3rd quarter now. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there that sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Throwing again, Bridgewater on 2nd and 10. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Catch number 44 on the year. It's a first down. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. This quarterback now hitting on 2/3 of his passes. 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. And again, it's Bridgewater. And Cook has it, left side. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Bridgewater. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. She's it. 3rd and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. Now Bridgewater. And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle 3rd of the field, and that brings up 4th.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
And now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. To throw is Winston. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. On 2nd down, it's Miller, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. With it is Brown. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they got to make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. On play action, it's Bridgewater. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout as there's a Saints player down here on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. And the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And complete right side to Cook. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 19. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. Again, it's Murray. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop it. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Winston on the right side. This is Miller. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him 3 on the play, and it's a 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. A shotgun handoff now to Miller. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. 10th carry now for Lamar Miller. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. It'll be a gain of 7, but I'd imagine we'll see the punt team here on 4th down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the 1st half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5. And out will come the offense as they take over. Getting set to go here, Teddy Bridgewater and company marches back onto the field. How do you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the 1st half, been good so far here in the 3rd quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See if he can drive the bus here again on this drive. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A first down throw for Bridgewater. This throw over the middle taken in by Cole. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A shotgun handoff. This is Murray now. And a short gain down to about the 33. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Bridgewater. Man open left side is Brown. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 19.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. On 2nd down, Bridgewater again. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running back.
And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Antonio Brown, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints able to stretch that lead out further. Lutz with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. That time a 6-play drive, and it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Jameis to throw it. Setting up the screen for Miller. Miller with first down and more. Escapes the defender. A gain of 32 that time.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. The big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. This is Jones. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, Winston. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders. And it's intercepted at the goal line. P.J. Williams with a pick. And a short return to the 6-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
They begin the drive with a run by Murray. And space opened up a bit. He's able to take this up past the 10. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Bridgewater. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. From the gun, Bridgewater. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And he's going to have the first down as he's marked down just shy of the 20. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
They go with Murray again. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any.
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Vita Vea breaking through to get the sack.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the ending, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Draw play. This is Miller. And he will make his way back to where he started from, and that's all, as we will make our way to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. On 3rd down, Winston. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Winston to throw for it on 4th. He's got Evans. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. On 1st and 10, Winston.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. That little arc on it, he's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Check.
On 2nd down, here's Miller.
Go, run.
The 2nd down. Not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Now Winston. And he's got Moncrief. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 21. Now Winston. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Sheldon Rankins in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
That's caught by Howard. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. To throw, Winston. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now Winston on 4th down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. On 1st down, Murray. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. So this one, a victory here for New Orleans. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished.